Om. Om.
ॐ भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्टुवागंसस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु ओम शांति शांति शांति। प्रज्ञानां शुप्रतानैस्थिरचरनिकरव्यापिभिर्व्याप्य लोकान् भुक्त्वा भोगान् स्थविष्ठान् पुनरपि धिषणोद्भासितान् कामजन्यान् पीत्वा सर्वान् विशेषान् स्वपिति मधुरभुं मायया भोजयन्नः माया संख्यातुरीयं परममृतमजं ब्रह्म यत्तन्नतोऽस्मि। यो विश्वात्मा विधिज विषयान् प्राश्य भोगान् स्थविष्ठान् पश्चाच्चान्यान् स्वमति विभवान् ज्योतिषा स्वेन सूक्ष्मान् सर्वानेतान् पुनरपि शनैः स्वात्मनि स्थापयित्वा हित्वा सर्वान् विशेषान् विगतगुणगणः पात्वसौ नस्तुरीयः।
Mandukya Karika, 4th chapter, Alatha Shanti Prakarana. Karika number 30. Please read 30.
अनादेरनन्तत्वञ्च अनादेरन्तवत्वञ्च संसारस्य न सेत्स्यति अनन्तता चादिमतः मोक्षस्य न भविष्यति।
If Janma of Samsara or Srishti is real, it is Anadi in the sense it is really there, then moksha is not possible. Bondage also is not possible. Moksha also is not possible. Anadehe. Adi means here Srishti, Anadi Srishti. If Srishti is Anadi, Samsarasya cha Antavatvam Samsaracha nasyati. If Srishti is real Anadi, its end is not possible. If end is not possible, bondage cannot be ended. Bondage cannot be ended means moksha is not possible. Anantata, again, in the case of moksha, it is ever existing is also not possible because it is sadi, adimataha, mokshasya cha anantata na bhavishyati. Moksha is born when jnana is gained, and this moksha which is born has to end one day, like anything is born. A pot is born, it gets ended one day. It will be there. So therefore, if you say that Srishti is real, Paramarthata, we are not talking Vyavahara. In reality, Srishti, that means it is ever going to be there. Bandha moksha cannot be established. Read Bhasya, Anadehe Atita Koti.
अनादेः अतीतकोटिरहितस्य संसारस्य अंतवत्वं समाप्तिः न सेत्स्यति युक्तितः सिद्धिं नोपयास्यति।
Continue. Nahi.
न हि अनादिः सन् अंतवान् कश्चित् पदार्थः दृष्टः लोके
Bijankur.
बीजांकुर संबंध नैरंतर्य विच्छेदः दृष्टः इति चेत् न एकवस्त्वभावेनापोदितत्वात्।
Yes. See, if Srishti is Anadi, Samsara means Srishti, Samsara is Anadi. Means it was not, there was no time when Srishti was not there. Srishti was always all along. If it were so, its samapti, end, destruction is not possible because we don't find anything which is beginningless and comes to an end. Beginningless come to an end. You may ask one question. Maya is anadi, but it does not end. First thing is that Maya itself is not a really existing entity. It is like avidya, ignorance. Therefore, it has got an end. Not something paramartataha sat, really there and never ending, not that yes. So here, he says Srishti is true in reality it is true. And there was no time when it was not there. It should be questionable because we find in the Shrutis the Utpatti, beginning of the creation. So therefore, the Utpatti Shrutis are there, therefore it is not correct. But even if we take for granted, it will amount to say that in the past, never it was, ever it was, never it was not there. Always it is. Such a thing we find from the world cannot have destruction. Again, that's what. Nahi anadi san antavan kashit padartha drishta loki. In the world, we don't find anything which is ever existent without utpatti, and yet it comes to an end, we don't find. For which the Purva Paksha argues, no sir, Bijankura Nyaya is continuity. Yet, at every step, there is a break. It says, this Bijankura Nyaya is not proved because it is not a single entity. It is a series. And we have read this. Bijankura Sambandha Nairantarya Vicheda. Vicheda, end, breaking, separation of Nairantarya. Nairantarya, continuity, succession. So therefore, the cessation, breaking, separation of Bija Ankura Sambandha. The continuity in terms of relation between the seed and the sprout is seen. Drishta, we find in the world. No, this is not acceptable. Why? Eka vastvabhavena. It was pointed out, Bijankura continuity is not one single entity. Apoditatva. Apoditatva, it is refuted. You may have forgotten it, but it was refuted in Karika 20. In Karika 20, Bijankura Nyaya cannot be accepted because it is not one single entity. So therefore, that cannot be accepted. This means if Srishti is real, it cannot be ended. Means sounds of bondage cannot be ended at all. Now, moksha also is not possible because it will be saying that moksha begins and yet it is permanent. This also cannot be established. Read, continue. Tatha.
तथा अनंततापि विज्ञान प्राप्ति काल प्रभवस्य मोक्षस्य आदिमतः न भविष्यति घटादिषु अदर्शनात्।
तथा so also anantatapi. Anantatapi, endlessness in the sense, ever existence. Of what moksha? And what type of moksha it is? Vijnana prapti kala prabhavasya. The moksha, which has got prabhava, utpatti, which is born. When? Vijnana prapti kale. At the time of gaining Atma Jnana, Brahma Jnana. The moksha, which is born on gaining Atma Jnana, Brahma Jnana. Vijnana is Brahma, Atma Sakshatkara, Brahma Sakshatkara. Moksha, sir. And because moksha is born when the Atma Sakshatkara, Brahma Sakshatkara is born, therefore it is Adiman, Adimataha. It is born. It has got a beginning. It's what? Anantata api na bhavishyati. It cannot be endless, means it cannot exist forever. Why? Obvious. Ghatadishu adarshana. Ghatadishu adarshana. So this is what we can add there. Janya ghatadishu. Janya, this word can be added before ghata. Janya ghat, adhyara only, not a correction. Janya ghatadishu adarshana. The part which is born, we don't find it lasting forever. Anything that begins, anything that is born is bound to get destroyed. So therefore, for example, pot. Pot is born, pot can never exist forever. It is destructive. For which Purvaksha gives an argument like this. See, sir, look, I accept. Pot is born, it cannot exist forever, it gets destroyed. But after the pot is destroyed, what is born? Ghata pradvausa bhava. Abhava, absence, non-existence of destruction of pot. Now this destruction of pot is born on pot getting destroyed. Accepted? Pot is, existence of pot continues. Pot is broken, pot is ended. The non-existence. And what non-existence? Non-existence after the destruction of the pot. Because there is another type of non-existence of the pot. What is that? Pragabhava. Before pot is born, pot was not there, it also is absence, non-existent. Prior non-existence of the pot, posterior non-existence of the pot. Now we are concerned with the posterior non-existence of the pot. It is called as pradvamsa bhava. Abhava, which comes after pradvamsa, destruction. Now, this is forever, ananta. Like that, bondage was there, knowledge came, bondage got destroyed, and moksha started. It is going to be there forever. What a big deal. Seems to be a very sound argument. Now see what is the problem. Continue. Ghatadi.
घटादि विनाशवद् अवस्तुत्वात् अदोषः इति चेत् तथा च मोक्षस्य परमार्थ सद्भाव प्रतिज्ञा हानिः.
Says Ghatadi Vinashavat. See, like the posterior non-existence of a pot, like pradhvamsa abhava of a ghata. Ghatadi vinashavat, like its destruction. Avastutva. It is nothing, something concretely existing. When you say the non-existence of the pot after its destruction continues forever, there is nothing concretely existing entity continue forever, but its absence continues forever. So therefore, avastutvat. Avastutvat means being something truly not existent. Adosha iti chet. So therefore, moksha continues forever. If you say so, tatha cha sati. If you argue so, you know what problem you are landing in? Mokshasya paramartha sadbhava pratigna hani. Moksha defined as abidance in one's true nature. Paramarthe vastuni sadbhava pratigna hani. The statement, the declaration that moksha is abidance in Paramartha Swarup. This will be what? Contradicted. Will not be applicable because you are talking of something which is non-existent. So therefore, your argument that like Ghatadi Vinasha, moksha is something avastu. Avastu means a non-existing entity existing forever. A non-existing entity exists forever. It is applicable. You can't say because you are going against the very definition of moksha. Moksha is not an non-existent entity. It is abidance, being, remaining in one's swarupa, which is everlasting. One more thing. If you say moksha is avastu, its birth itself will not be possible because birth of a non-existent entity is not possible just as the birth of a horn of a rabbit. Shashavishana. This defect also is being pointed out. Continue.
असत् असत्वाद एव शशविषाणस्य इव आदिमत्वा भावश्च.
Shashavishanasya iva asatvad eva adimatva bhavascha. Add mokshasya. Shashavishanasya iva asatvad eva adimatva bhavahacha. Add mokshasya. Like the horn of a rabbit having no birth because it is an ever non-existing entity. This being so, mokshasya adimatva bhava. Moksha will be something which has no beginning, which has not begun, which you already told that is begun. You'll be contradicting your own statement. So therefore, your contention that moksha is something abhava, and a non-existing entity like posterior non-existence of the pot is not acceptable. This being so, if Srishti is anadi and ever-existent nature, bandha, moksha, bondage and liberation cannot be established at all. Now, in this context, that if Srishti is real, bandha, moksha cannot be established. In this context, two karikas from chapter 2 Vaitatya Prakarana are being now quoted. So, Karika 6 of chapter 2, page 85, Karika 7, chapter 2, page 85. These two are quoted here, which is already commented and we have studied it just in the context of if real bondage, if real Srishti is there, the Vyavastha, the order of bondage and liberation cannot be established. In this context, they are simply repeated. We can go quickly through that. Well, better I will take the Bhasya first. Read Vaitatya.
वैतथ्ये कृत व्याख्यानौ श्लोकौ इह संसार मोक्षाभाव प्रसंगेन पठितौ.
So patitau are being now what is that? Quoted. Which are those? Vaitatya krita vyakhyano. Bhashyakar is very clever. The two karikas from Vaitatya Prakarana, second chapter, Karika 6 and 7, krita vyakhyano, already commented. Iha, here in this context of shloka, those two shlokas, shloka 31-32. Iha, in this context of samsara moksha bhava prasangena, in the context of if samsara srishti is real, that is, means if paramartha jati vada is accepted, jati, janma of srishti in reality is accepted. It says, what will happen? Bandha and moksha cannot be established. In that context, these two are quoted. Read 31.
आदावन्ते च यन्नास्ति वर्तमानेऽपि तत्तथा वितथैः सदृशाः सन्तः अवितथा इव लक्षिताः.
So famous Karika. Yat adau ante cha nasti. Yat, whatever, such as marichi udaka, mirage water, or rajju sarpa, a rope mistaken as a snake. Yat adau ante cha nasti is not before that appearance, is not going to be there after the appearance ends. Before the appearance of the mirage water, that mirage water was not. The sun has set, mirage water is not there. So therefore, that which is not in the beginning, that which is not going to be there at the end, yannasti, tat, such entity, was vartamanepi tathata. Even during the period of its seeming appearance, even during the period of its so-called existence, in terms of seeming appearance, tatha, so means what? Vastutaha nasti. In reality, it is not. And yet, vitatai sadrishaha santa, though they are similar to vitatha, false, like marichudaka, like mirage water. Though truly they are false in nature, avitatha eva lakshita. Lakshita considered by aviveki as how avitatha eva, as real, as real. So that which was not in the beginning and not going to be at the end, in its period of appearance also, it really doesn't exist. You take this for our bandha moksha. We are happy. See, Vedanta, you should be very clear about this. Vedanta doesn't accept bondage to be real. Its solution, moksha, also Vedanta doesn't accept real. But for a false problem, false remedy is the solution. For your false hunger in the dream, the false food in the dream only is the solution. Otherwise, in sleep, you are starving. And in your fridge, full of food is there. Is it helpful to you? No. You need dream food only. Like that, bondage has got vyavaharika satta. So also the solution moksha has to be vyavaharika. Paramarthataya, in reality, neither bondage is there nor liberation is there. But that is not a matter of what? Solace to us. Because when we suffer the samsara, what is our notion? It is real. You can't say, oh, this samsara, this bondage is false. When you can say that? When you have discovered your swarupa totally free from samsara, and yet you continue because of prarabdha, you can say that this what I experience is false. But you are not aware of your real nature. Therefore, bondage is real to you. So it's equally same degree of reality solution is necessary. 32, read.
सप्रयोजनता तेषां स्वप्ने विप्रतिपद्यते तस्मादाद्यन्तवत्वेन मिथ्यैव खलु ते स्मृताः.
Actually, this was a Vaitatya Prakarana. That is, waking state is false was proved by first proving Swapna, dream, to be false. And it was extended to waking state. Now, the one argument was there, how do you say that waking state is false? Because we find utility. waking world, many things are there, everything is useful. We have seen utility is not the criterion of reality. In dream, everything is useful to the dreamer. It has got the capacity to give bhoga, joy or sorrow. Saprajata, that doesn't make it real. So therefore, Tesham means those Jagrat Drishyana entities perceived in the waking state, Saprajata, being the one who have got utility, usefulness. Tesham, Sapne, in the dream, Vipratipadyate, gets contradicted. Whatever see, you are a multi-billionaire, trillionaire. In dream, you are dreaming as a beggar. Is your properties and bank balance of any use to you in the dream? Utility gone. In the waking, you can purchase many things. Big estate you can purchase. But it is of no use in the dream. So the utility that you are speaking in the waking gets contradicted in the dream. So earlier, we studied it. Therefore, tasmat adyantavattvena. What is the criterion? That which is beginning adi, that which is end, destruction, is vastutaha nasti in its period of existence, in its period of appearance. Adyantavattvena. Te means Jagrat Bhavaha, Jagrat Drishyaha, Mithya eva khalu. Certainly, Mithya eva smrita. They are considered to be false by Viveki. They are considered true by Aviveki, but Viveki take them to be false in nature. Now, a series of twelve karikas are being given to substantiate, to corroborate what was told in Karika 25. Context, as you know, Vijnanavadi Bauddha is refuting the stand of Bhayarthavadi Bauddha that external objects are really there. Two reasonings were given. Because for every perception, corresponding object is there. And if you don't accept it, whatever perceived object will amount to be non-existent, which is not possible. That was Bhayarthavadi's contention. Number two, Sukha Dukkha have got a cause outside. If you don't accept, Sukha Dukkha will be nirnimatta, without a cause. It cannot be. So therefore, Bhayartha, the dualistic object, do exist. For which Vijnanavadi Bauddha said, whatever you point it out as nimitta, savishayatva, existence of real object is animitta, is not at all the cause. Why? Paramartha darshana. You, whatever reason you have given up, whatever entity you have pointed out as the cause because of which dualistic world is there, if you probe into that, finally means go on finding out the cause in succession. Finally, you have to land in Vijnana Chaitanya. So means the so-called effect has no existence apart from the cause. So every link, you analyze the effect and find its cause. Finally, that final cause has to be what? Vijnana. And therefore, outside objects are not truly there. This is what is called as, read Bhasya 33.
So निमित्तस्य अनिमित्तत्वम् इष्यते भूतदर्शनात् इत्ययमर्थः प्रपञ्चते एतैः श्लोकैः.
Put in inverted comma. Nimittasya animittvatvam ishyate bhutadarshana. This much in inverted comma quoted from Karika 25 of this chapter, Alatha Shanti. Iti ayam arthaha. This topic, what is the topic? Bhayat sattva bhava. To dismiss the true existence of external dualistic entities. Arthaha. Iti ayam arthaha. Etaihi shlokaihi. By these verses, namely 33 to 44, totally 12 karikas are there, and in 45, Gaudapada Acharya is concluding this nimittasya animitta. We have already proved. Why again? To make it thorough. What is called as sthanu nikandana nyaya. Like fixing a pole very firmly in the ground, or fixing a nail in the wall very firmly. What do? We fix it, and to see if it is firmly fixed or not, we shake it. Or you want to fix it, why you shake it? If it shakes, again hammer and make it more firm. Same thing with the nail. If it shakes, hammer. So like this, what was already proved, to make it thorough, here 14 karikas are now being given. Read 33.
सर्वे धर्मामृषा स्वप्ने कायस्यान्तनिदर्शनात् संवृत्तेऽस्मिन् प्रदेशे वै भूतानां दर्शनं कुतः.
You can compare this with Karika 1 of chapter 2, page 79. Somewhat resembling, though not totally same. Sarve swapne, sarve dharma mrisha. In dream, all dharma means bhavaha. Bhavaha means entities. In the dream, all entities that the dreamer experiences are what? Brusha. They are false in nature. False in nature. How do you say so? How can you prove that? Reason given is Kayasya antaha nidarshana. Nidarshana, because they are viewed, they are seen where Kayasya anta, inside the body. Like you see the reflection inside the mirror. And so what? We see people sitting in their room. Are they not sitting inside room? Do they not exist? So how do you say because they are seen inside the body, therefore not there? No, sir. That place is not sufficient for them. In the dream, you see an elephant, and dream is seen the Kantha Nadi. Nadi, nerves in the throat region. Nadi itself is invisible, so subtle. In that one elephant, why elephant enter cosmos is seen there. What is the fastness of cosmos? And there we are seen. Therefore say, Asmin Savrute Pradeshe Vai Bhutanam Darshanam Kuta. In this compressed space of dream in terms of your subtle nerve, is that Bhutanam Survey, that is what? Sapna Drishanam, of all entities perceived in the dream, including what? Stars, galaxies, etc. Vast sky. There is room for them. Means truly they cannot exist, but appear to be there. Means here what your take is, you gave the seeing perception of entities in the dream to be the valid reason to prove that dream entities are real in nature. You gave a nimitta, you gave a cause, but that cause cannot be a cause. That nimitta cannot be a nimitta. The reason given by you for the true existence of the entities in the dream cannot be really a valid reason because refuted. What? Savrute asmin deshe pradeshe. That confined, restricted, compressed space, how can all this be there? Not there. So like that, the Bhasya Vishayas you give Sanimittatva. Because they are there and therefore it is so. Your reason cannot hold good. That's what is to be a lesson to be taken here. Again, another reason that you gave the entities perceived the dream to be real because they have perceived experience. It cannot be because another reason to show that they do not exist truly. 34, you can compare with Karika 2 of chapter 2. Topic is more or less the same. Read 34.
न युक्तं दर्शनं गत्वा कालस्यानियमाद्गतौ प्रतिबुद्धश्च वै सर्वः तस्मिन् देशे न विद्यते.
Swapne Deshantara Gatau. Gatau stands for Swapne Deshantara Gatau. Kalasya Aniyamat Gatva Darshanam Na Yuktam Sarvaha Vai Pratibuddhascha Tasmin Deshe Na Vidyate. Another reason that to show that what is experienced in the dream is not real. So therefore, on that basis, whatever that means, whatever experience in the waking is real, because it is experience, this argument cannot hold good. So Sapna is, Jagrat also is false. So what he says is here like this. Other reason why the experience is false. Gatau means in travel. What travel? Deshantara Gatau. To travel to different place. When? Swapne. See, for example, you had some marriage in your family somewhere in California and very close relatives. All of you may have at least half a dozen of people have to go there. Now see how much expense, etc. To and fro, airfare. And a week earlier, you dreamt with all the people who are to go there. You are where? In California, attending the wedding. Is the job over? You need not go. You can save the airfare. At the same time, you have already attended the wedding. Can you say that? No. It is not true. Why not true? Kalasya aniyama. The required time for reaching California was not there in where? In the dream. Let us say it takes about 18 to 19 hours. And there you reach with how many hours? Not hours, not minutes, just a second, because they say dreams last for a few seconds only. One thing means you are reaching there is not correct, is not valid, means it's not true. Other reason, that's why kalasya aniyama, that is niyata kala bhava, because of absence of the time required for traveling here to California is not there. So you are reaching is false. Other thing, sarvaha vai pratibuddhasya tasmin deshana vidyate. And when you woke up, where should you wake up? California, with all people around. No. You are in Bombay only. Ayyo, I have to spend so much for airfare now. Is it? Do you say so? No. You just laugh at. So therefore, what you gave as a reason, a niyama, a nimitta, can turn out to be animitta. It may not have validity to prove what you want to establish. Read Bhasya of 34.
जागरिते गत्यागमन कालः नियतः देशः प्रमाणतः यः तस्य अनियमात् नियमस्य अभावात् स्वप्ने न देशान्तरगमनम् इत्यर्थः.
So swapne deshantaragamanam na ityartha. You are reaching some other place, a dream is not true. That's what is meant there. What is it? Jagarite. In the waking state, gati agamana kala niyata. See, you went to California, and when you woke up, you are in Bombay. Means what it means? You travel to California and return from there. Says this is not true, because for such travel and return, whatever time is required for the waking state was not there at all in the dream. Gati agamana kala. Time required to reach the destination, say California, and return from there to Bombay is not there at all. Niyata means definite. Waking state, so many hours for going, so many hours for returning. That definite time was not there in the dream. So therefore your reaching is false. Again, pramanataha yaha deshaha niyataha. Pramanataha. Dimensionally, whatever place is fixed. California, a big city. The place, space meant for that is not there at all. You are seeing it in a nadi, Saurta Desha, compressed place. Therefore, Pramanataha, Deshaha, place is what? Niyataha. Whatever time and place which is definite in the waking state, aniyamat, tasya aniyamat, being not there as it is required to be there, means definite time, definite place being not there possible. Niyamasya, aniyamat means niyamasya abhava, definiteness of time and place otherwise required in the waking state being not there in the dream state. Deshantaragamanam na ityartha. You are going to different place is not true. No, it's not possible. Ityartha. So therefore, you gave these reasons to prove that waking is real, but itself is refuted. The reason given by you doesn't hold good. So also in the context, only because some reason is given, it did not hold good. As shown in the case of Bhayartavadi Bauddha. Same thing, that how dream is false. These reasons we already seen. Again, to read 35.
मित्राद्यैः सह सम्मन्त्र्य सम्बुद्धो न प्रपद्यते गृहीतं चापि यत्किञ्चित् प्रतिबुद्धो न पश्यति.
So, whatever that is seen in the dream gets contradicted, gets refuted. Therefore, it is not so. So is the case with the waking. Though experientially available, in Swarupa, they get refuted, contradicted. Therefore, truly, they are not there. Mitradhyaihi saha sammantrya, and tadeva sambuddha na prapadyati yat kinchit grihitam chapi pratibuddha na pashyati. Mitradhyaihi saha sammantrya. So let us say you are a great mumukshu, attending every day Vedanta classes, and you have got a group of your friends, always discussing Vedanta only. So this, in the dream you are doing all these things. On waking, what is there? No one is there. Mitradhyai saha. Anything, need not be Vedanta also, anything. Whatever you experience in the dream in terms of deliberation with the friends, relatives, etc., or whatever you do with friends and relatives, etc., the sammantrya means having deliberated. Tadeva, whatever that was deliberated, sambuddha na prapadyati, na prapnoti, on waking up, you don't get the same thing. Not only that, yat kinchit grihitam chapi, whatever you have perceived in the dream, or whatever you have procured in the dream. For example, you are badly in need of the money. You wanted 2 crores, some urgent something in there. In the dream, you went to a close friend of yours, very generous and friendly with you, and spoke to him and told him, this is my problem. Can you help me? Oh, certainly, why not? Why should I not help you? Straight away he credits your bank with 2 crores of money so that you can proceed with your deal. Where? In the dream. On waking up, you go to the bank to find out the credit has come or not. Gone. Grihitam chapi. whatever perceived or procured in the dream, says Pratibuddhaha, when woken up from dream, na pashyati. So that means only that such thing was experienced, such thing is useful, such and such thing is procured by themselves cannot be the criteria to prove waking is real. They get contradicted, as we found in the dream on waking up. Likewise, the reasons given by you need not be really reason. Why, how, we already showed you. We'll continue.
स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्तां न्याय्येन मार्गेण महीं महिषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यं लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी सस्यशालिनी देशोऽयं क्षोभरहितः ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भयाः ॐ सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतङ्गमय ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ